Just when the world settled into the electric car revolution, Elon Musk flipped the script. For years, he was the face of the battery-powered future, making EVs cool, fast, and desirable. Then, out of nowhere, his new venture, Stark Industries, announced a radical new internal combustion engine. The world was stunned. Musk, the king of electric, was now championing a fuel-burning engine. Was it a joke? A publicity stunt? No. He called it the Stark Drive. The name, a wink to comic book genius Tony Stark, signaled this was no step backward. Musk claimed the Stark Drive offered the power and range of gasoline, but with an environmental impact to rival the cleanest EVs. Suddenly, the future wasn't just electric. The auto industry, having invested trillions in batteries and EVs, was thrown into chaos. The man who built the EV era was now hinting at a new path. The Stark Drive wasn't just another engine. It was a challenge to everything we thought we knew about clean cars. The shockwaves were immediate: disbelief, excitement, and a scramble to understand why Musk would make such a dramatic U-turn. Was he seeing a future the rest of us missed? Or was this the first real threat to the electric dream, coming from its greatest champion? The era of the EV suddenly had competition, and it came from the last person anyone expected. So, what is the Stark Drive? It's not your grandfather's engine. At its core, it's a plasma combustion engine, using a burst of high-energy plasma, not a spark plug, to ignite fuel. Imagine a tiny star firing in each cylinder, burning fuel with near-total efficiency. The fuel, called SOL, is a synthetic biofuel made by capturing CO2 from the air and combining it with hydrogen from water, powered by solar energy. The result? A carbon-neutral, energy-dense liquid. When burned, the only emissions are water vapor and the same CO2 that was pulled from the atmosphere. The plasma ignition vaporizes the fuel instantly, leaving almost no waste. Nearly every drop of SOL is converted into power, making the engine far more efficient than traditional combustion. The payoff? A car that goes farther than gasoline vehicles, with emissions so low they rival EVs. The Stark Drive isn't just a new engine. It's a closed-loop system, reimagining what combustion can be. It solves the two biggest problems of old engines: pollution and inefficiency. This is combustion, but not as we know it. Stack the Stark Drive against a gasoline engine, and the difference is night and day. Gas engines are loud, dirty, and wasteful. The Stark Drive is smooth, quiet, and clean. Its SOL fuel is carbon neutral, and its emissions are minimal, mostly water vapor. Compared to EVs, the Stark Drive sidesteps battery mining and the long tailpipe problem of dirty electricity. No massive battery packs, no rare earth metals, just a lightweight engine and a tank of synthetic fuel. The real kicker? Convenience. Refueling takes 5 minutes, and the range is over 1,000 miles, double most EVs. No more range anxiety, no more waiting for a charge. The Stark Drive forces us to rethink what clean really means. Is it zero tailpipe emissions, or a closed-loop system with fast refueling and long range? Musk's new engine makes a compelling case for the latter. The internal combustion engine, once left for dead, might just have a future, if it's reinvented from scratch. Why does the world care when Musk talks engines? Because he's changed the game before. Before Musk, electric cars were a joke, slow, ugly, and niche. He made them fast, stylish, and desirable, turning Tesla into a global powerhouse. He didn't just build cars, he built the supercharger network, solving range anxiety and making EVs practical. Musk's approach is always holistic. He creates the product and the ecosystem. He's turned doubters into believers, from reusable rockets to brain-computer tech. That's why the Stark Drive announcement matters. When the man who forced the world to go electric pivots to a new kind of combustion, people pay attention. His track record is defying the odds and seeing the future before anyone else. Musk's credibility makes even wild ideas plausible. He doesn't just enter markets, he reshapes them. So when he says combustion can be clean, the world listens. Betting against Musk has never been wise. The Stark Drive isn't just an engine, it's a signal that the future might not be as settled as we thought. The Stark Drive isn't just a new engine, it's a new way to design cars. Lighter and smaller than both gas engines and EV batteries, it frees up space and slashes weight. Imagine agile, fun-to-drive cars with the range of a diesel and the clean conscience of an EV. Designers could blend classic sports car proportions with modern, open interiors. Supercars could be lighter and more powerful. Trucks could haul more without battery weight. The Stark Drive could revolutionize everything from family SUVs to long-haul trucks. It's not just about what powers the car, it's about reimagining what a car can be. The Stark Drive is a bombshell for the auto industry. Legacy automakers have spent billions chasing Tesla's electric lead. Now, they face a dilemma: double down on EVs or pivot to plasma combustion. The investments in batteries and EVs are massive, but ignoring Musk's new tech could be fatal. The entire supply chain, from battery makers to lithium miners, could be upended. If batteries become less crucial, demand for raw materials could crash. Meanwhile, a new industry would rise around solid fuel production and distribution. For China and other EV leaders, it's both a threat and an opportunity to adapt fast. The race is no longer about batteries, it's about mastering plasma engines and synthetic fuels. The competitive landscape just got reset. For drivers, the Stark Drive could end the era of compromise. No more choosing between clean EVs with range anxiety and gas cars with guilt. Imagine filling up in minutes, then driving 1,000 miles cleanly. The transition to green cars becomes seamless, even for those without home chargers. Running costs could drop, with solid fuel eventually cheaper and more stable than gasoline. Maintenance could be lower, thanks to a simpler, lighter engine. Performance and efficiency would no longer be opposites. The Stark Drive could make driving fun, affordable, and guilt-free for everyone. But the road ahead is tough. Scaling plasma engines from lab to mass production is a huge challenge. Building a global solid fuel infrastructure would cost trillions and take years. Who pays for it? How fast can it be built? Regulations favor EVs, and lawmakers may resist a new combustion engine no matter how clean. Musk will need a massive PR campaign to change minds. Public perception is another hurdle. After a decade of "electric is the future," convincing people to switch won't be easy. Early EV adopters may feel betrayed. The public may be confused. Success depends on flawless execution and a clear, compelling message. The Stark Drive's future hinges on winning hearts, minds, and policies. If Musk pulls it off, the world of 2050 could look very different. Gas stations become sol stations, cities breathe cleaner air, and road trips return without charging stops. Global reliance on oil drops and energy production becomes more local and resilient. Car design enters a new golden age, lighter, more beautiful, and more efficient. Stark Drives could power not just cars, but trucks, ships, even planes, ushering in a new era of sustainable travel. The real legacy? Choice. EVs for city commutes, Stark Drives for long hauls and performance. Musk's greatest trick may be reminding us, the future is never a straight line, and the most exciting roads are the ones we never saw coming.